Welcome back to episode 3 of making a fan expansion for the Austin Powers collectible card game. Today we're going to be doing some gameplay. Yay! This is Adela. She's been helping me make these cards. We've been doing it together, and today we're going to be playing the game. So last episode we talked about the kinds of decks you could make with the old cards from the game and made a couple new cards for those decks. But today I've made brand new deck archetypes with all brand new cards. And we are playing with just only brand new cards today. There are no old cards in these decks. You can mix and match, but I just wanted to see what it would be like with only the new cards that we've made. So today I'm playing with Roboto Mill, and Adela will be playing with Foxy Cleopatra counters, and I will be kind of interjecting through voiceover while I'm editing this to explain what that means and what these new cards are. So let's just get started.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Before we get started, I wanted to give a brief overview of the rules, because I realize not everyone has the rules to the Austin Powers card game memorized like I do. So the goal of the game is to get to 100 points. If you get to 100 points, you win. The good player wants to get to 100 mojo, the evil player wants to get to $100 billion. To do that, you use your agents to take out your opponent's agents. When you have an agent on your side of the table, they give out vibes. That's why I have a current vibe meter underneath us. That's the current total of all vibes we have on our side of the table. You use those vibes to play freaking bone cards, which allow you to take out your opponent's agents. If you successfully take them out, your cards go into a score pile, and then I'll update the scores on the bottom left and bottom right. And that is the briefest of brief overviews I can give for the rules for this game. Apologies for the longer episode. I hope you enjoy all the gameplay we do, and I hope you enjoy seeing the new cards. The Foxy Cleopatra deck is all about putting counters on agents, so you'll see throughout the game we're putting dice on different agents. We'll explain why we're doing that as that comes up. For the Roboto Mill deck, mill is a term from Magic the Gathering. It's the act of making your opponent put the top card of their deck into their discard pile. It originated from the card Millstone and became a term that people use and now is even printed on Magic cards these days. And I love playing mill decks in Magic the Gathering, so I wanted to bring it to the Austin Powers collectible card game.
We got to roll to see who goes first, of course. 6.
9.
Nice.
I don't want to go first.
You don't want to go first? Okay, well, I shall go first then. I'm going to play Fat Bastard Sumo Wrestler. If you want to target him with a Shag, Assassination, or ability, you have to discard a card first.
Okay. Oh.
Haha! I play Reverse Polarity. I made an evil pinky smirk. The last player to do that has to discard the top 4 cards of their deck.
Oh my gosh.
Reverse Polarity is the first card we're seeing specifically made for the Roboto Mill deck. I wanted to make Mr. Roboto and Roboto Industries the deck that is all about mill, because in the movie they're kind of this like shadowy organization that's working behind the scenes to help out Dr. Evil. Milling is undermining your opponent and getting rid of cards before they're even given the chance to use them, so I feel like that was thematically in line with each other. Either way, Reverse Polarity, all it does is make your opponent mill 4 cards, so there you go.
And those are my 2 actions, so I'll draw back up to 6 and I'm spent.
All right.
And I'm spent.
The rules specifically say you have to say that at the end of your turn, so we're playing by the rules here,
Gotta
okay?
play by the rules, okay? We're kids here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna play a Foxy Cleopatra. When played, place a gold counter on an opponent's agent.
Oh no!
Here's actually our first misplay of the game, not our only, where that Fat Bastard card, you're supposed to actually discard a card before you can target it with any sort of card effect. In order to put that gold counter on the Fat Bastard, Adela would have had to discard a card. Look, we don't know. We're making this up as we go along, basically. With Foxy Cleopatra undercover, we're already seeing the counters action happening. Putting a gold counter on an opponent means that it removes all abilities and all vibes from that agent, so kind of just making them like a generic nothing card, essentially, until you can somehow get rid of the gold counter. And the theme behind the gold counters in the movie, Goldmember is known for painting people's genitalia gold. Look, I don't know, you gotta watch the movie, but that's, I guess, thematically what you're doing with these gold counters. I'm not sure. You know, it's up to you for interpretation.
Aha. Play Distraction. Make a peace sign. Last player to do the same chooses one of their active agents, and I create a copy of it.
Oh!
So am I copying it with the gold counter?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
For Distraction, there's kind of a side theme in the Foxy deck about having a lot of vibes, so I thought this would be nice to kind of add to your agents and add to your vibe count, just getting a copy of someone's agent.
Quite rude. You get to copy my Fat Bastard, and he doesn't have a gold counter on him now.
Pretty good choice of copy. To target him, you have to discard something, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I know.
Good.
It's my card. You stole it from
It's
me.
my card. I'm spent.
I play Car Chase. I made an evil pinky smirk. Last player to do the same has to be targeted with the next shag or assassination attempt.
Oh
so
no.
until I shag or assassinate you, you can't shag or
Oh.
assassinate me.
Oh, is that a thing?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Card chase, thematically, you're chasing after whoever loses this happening mini game thing. Now, Adela has to be targeted with the next attempt at either a shag or assassination. Look, we forget that this was active, so later on in the game, she does make a shag attempt, and I think neither of us catch it. So again, we're making this up as we go along. Please forgive us.
And then,
Oh no.
ooh, haha, I do another reverse polarity. Discard the top 4 cards of your deck.
Oh no.
Aha, and I'm spent.
Devastating. A devastating turn. I'm going to play Austin Powers, Pimped Out.
Mhm.
When played, replay one of your scored happening cards.
Oh my gosh.
So I have another fat bastard. Thank
You
you.
must be stopped. But I have no vibes right now.
You have to discard a card to
Yeah, I know.
to assassinate him. So that was one. Yeah.
Yeah, that was
I'm
one
gonna play Foxy's Badge. I'm gonna do it for it's if I have these 5
no.
spots, which I do. Play on the table. If I have 4 of each vibes across my active agents at the end of my turn, I win the game.
Both of these decks have an alternate win condition in them, and here's Foxy's alternate win condition, Foxy's Badge. For the normal cost, you can put it on the table, and if your Foxy is ever assassinated, you can put her back on top of your deck instead of discarding her, or if you have 1 of every vibe, you can put it on the table, and then at the end of your turn, if you have 4 of every vibe, then you win the game.
All right, my
I
turn.
am spent.
Okay. Another reverse polarity. Please
Oh my
mill
goodness.
4
1,
cards or discard 4 cards on the
2,
top.
3. But you know, I'd really like to play all these fun cards we made.
Yeah. And you know what? I have nothing else to do on my turn, so I will discard all 5 of these cards
Oh my gosh.
to draw a fresh 6, and I'm spent.
Alright. Okay, I'm gonna play another Foxy Cleopatra, so that boyo is getting another counter. I will play Shazam, and I will do it for its first choice. Add a vibe counter to one of your active agents.
Shazam, so this is introducing us to vibe counters. Vibe counters, you put it on an agent and then you can discard it later to add 1 of any vibe of your choosing until end of turn. This is another way that Foxy can get a bunch of vibes, stacking up vibe counters on your agents and then just kind of discarding all of the vibe counters for one big turn where you have a bunch of vibes and win the game from Foxy's Badge or something like that. The other side of the card, also put it on the table if you have those specific vibes, and use an action once per turn to either remove a counter that you have on an agent or add another of an existing counter on an agent. So this is sort of a way to get rid of gold counters if your agents have gold counters, or to start stacking up more vibe counters.
I am spent.
I will play Mr. Roboto, President of Roboto Industries. As long as this agent is active, if anyone has to reshuffle their deck, they lose the game instead.
Like I said, both decks have an alternate win condition, and here's the Roboto deck win condition. I need to reword his card slightly, because what I intended for him to do is when he's on the table, whenever someone has to reshuffle their discard pile back into their deck, they lose the game instead. So in the Austin Powers rules right now, if you ever run out of cards in your deck, you just reshuffle your discard back into your deck and draw from there. In Magic the Gathering and other trading card games, mill is a viable strategy because when someone runs out of cards in their deck, they lose if they can't draw any more cards. So I wanted to introduce that into this game, so Mr. Roboto kind of turns that on. It also is a double-edged sword because if you have a Mr. Roboto out and you have to reshuffle your discard, you will also lose because it doesn't just say your opponents, it says if anyone has to do it.
Oh dear.
Indeed. And then I'm going to play Roboto Security Guard. When I score this agent, I have to discard a card, and my opponent discards 4 cards from the top of their deck.
Here we have Roboto Security Guard, some more milling stuff. He makes you also have to mill 1 card to make your opponent mill some cards. Again, making these cards sort of double-edged swords where you're making your opponent mill a lot, but also making yourself mill a little bit. So kind of getting you in the danger zone as well. I don't know. So it's something to think about, something to play with a little bit.
And I'm spent.
Okay. I'm gonna assassinate your Mr. Roboto with one of my fat bastards.
Okay.
I'm gonna play this freaking bone. You're going the right way for a smack bottom, and I don't care who knows it.
I'll play Throw Me a Freaking Bonus here.
I will play, Mama only got a taste of honey, but she wanted the whole beehive.
I have nothing else to play, so
Aha!
Mr. Roboto gets discarded. And you score those.
I play Shazam. Add a vibe counter to one of your active agents.
Of course, getting dangerously close.
I spent.
I'll play another Roboto security guard, ever vigilant.
Oh dear.
And then I will attempt to shag one of your Foxy Cleopatras with Daddy's All Pent Up, Let's Freak.
Oh yeah? I'm a sexy beast.
That's it. That's all I had.
Oh. My vibe
But now she's gone. The vibe counter's gone.
Ah, devastating.
It's not looking good for the Roboto Mill deck, but that's my turn. I'm spent. Oh, actually, I want to discard all in my hand and draw back up. So now I'm spent.
I'm gonna assassinate your Roboto worker.
Okay.
With you kiss your mother with that mouth?
I don't have anything. I'll just take it.
Before I do that, I want to play number 3 on you.
Oh, dang it.
Now I win the game.
Alrighty, let's do this. Let's get groovy, baby.
For my first play, I'm gonna play number 3 on you.
No, my negative vibes.
And then I shall play a mini-me. And I end my turn.
Okay.
I'm spent.
End your turn.
No, oh my gosh, how embarrassing.
Alright, I will go next. I shall play Chokehold, discard the top card of my deck, and then make my target opponent discard the top 3 cards of their deck.
Chokehold, again, just some more mill stuff, and then if you have the right vibes, you can make someone mill quite a lot of cards.
And then I will play Mr. Roboto, president of Roboto Industries. As long as he is active, if anyone needs to reshuffle their deck, they lose the game instead.
What a turn 1 play.
And then I'm spent. Actually, I'll discard this card, and then I'm spent.
I want to play this Austin Powers Pimped Out. I unfortunately will not be doing his ability because I don't have a scored happening card.
Wow.
Let me discard both of these. I'm spent.
I will play yet another Chokehold, so I discard 1 card, and then you discard 3 cards.
Oh, gosh.
And then I shall play Gold Member Weird Dutchman. When he is played, I put a gold counter on target agent.
Look, I don't know what was going on while we were playing this. That's literally not what the card does. I guess I didn't even read the card. Again, there's a couple misplays here. We're not perfect, okay? I'm sorry.
I don't have the vibes. I don't got nothing.
Maybe you should discard your whole hand and draw 6 more. Wouldn't that be nice?
See, that's a bad time too. Because I would love to do that. That would be pretty nice.
It would be so good to get a fresh set of 6 cards. Thin that deck out a little bit. Let Mr. Roboto go to work.
I'm going to discard 3, and I'm spent.
Okay. I'm going to play another Mr. Roboto. I'm going to attempt to assassinate your mini-me with with my gold member, actually. By playing Way to Go, A-hole.
You have the right to remain sexy, sugar.
Okay, that's all.
Aha!
That's all I had.
You sure you didn't want to do that to my Austin?
I'm sure. And I am spent. My 2 Mr. Robotos. What are you gonna do, Austin?
I'm gonna play Foxy. Foxy Cleopatra. A whole lot of women. Every time I play another agent, I put a vibe counter on this agent.
Foxy Cleopatra, a whole lot of woman. When we were planning out what the Foxy deck would do, we used this line to kind of interpret that. You know, she's a whole lot of woman. She's wanting to get a lot of vibes and get a lot of power and build herself up. So that's what we kind of built the whole deck around, was this card adding a lot of vibes, getting a lot of counters.
I play Foxy's badge, play on the table. If your Foxy agent is assassinated, I may place them on top of my draw deck.
Ooh, that's fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I am spent.
So spent.
So spent. Oh no!
I play Reverse Polarity. Last player to make an Evil Pinky Smirk has to discard the top 4 cards of their deck.
Youch. Oh no!
Another reverse Polarity.
No!
And I win! Haha! I win twice because I have 2 Mr. Robotos.
A double win.
Double win.
Ugh, I like the last game better.
I hope you guys enjoyed the gameplay. I hope you enjoyed these decks and these new cards. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
Bye.